The wail of the ambulance siren red lights, cutting through the dawn stillness of the suburban cul-de-sac. But the white Lexus SUV didn't move. Steam issued from the hood of the ambulance as an EMT slammed its side, yelling, "You're blocking a heart transplant." Within an organ cooler bead, a low-temperature warning that cut the air like a scream. That noise would be a sound that haunted all of them there. Stuffed in melting ice was a heart for a 9-year-old girl prepped for surgery miles away, every passing second closer to failure. Yet there stood Vanessa Hartwell, HOA president in designer sandals and a wide-brimmed hat, drinking an iced mocha unfazed. "This is a fire lane, not an ambulance lane," she said coolly. "It's HOA supervised and I'm in charge." That morning, Clara, mother to little Sophie, had been a bundle of nerves, holding her daughter's stuffed elephant as Sophie was wheeled into OR. The ambulance ride came at 2 a.m., a donor heart. A sorrowful loss to another family was Sophie's miracle. The transplant team had coordinated a 3-count relay to get it there. Clara was assured a clear route would bring the heart on schedule. She had never dreamed the most serious danger would be a woman mindful of her HOA yard beautification schedule. As the ambulance approached the gated complex of Crestwood Pines, the GPS identified a blocked access road. The driver, relying on the fire department's pre-cleared shortcut key, pressed on. But at the clubhouse turn, Vanessa's SUV was sprawled on the fire lawn. No cones, no hazard lights, just sitting. She stood beside it, clipboard in hand, sunglasses reflecting the EMT's desperate face. "Ma'am, move your car now," the EMT bellowed. "This is a critical organ transport." Vanessa lowered her shade, smirking. "I'm coordinating tree trimming. This lane's reserved for that." The organ cooler beeped again. Inside the ambulance, a paramedic grumbled, "She's killing this child." The driver radio dispatched civilian blockade in the fire lane, organ at risk. The response was grim. Fire supports 8 minutes out. Alternate routes, none. The driver snapped, "She's the barricade." Nearby, Maya Sharma, a med student home for break, jogged by and spotted the ambulance's organ transport sticker. Her heart sank. She knew her brother worked in the OR at Children's General. She ran over asking, "Is this for the pediatric transplant?" The EMT nodded. 9-year-old girl, "Urgent, Maya," dialed her brother, voice shaking. "The ambulance is blocked. Some HOA woman's blocking it. Vanessa Hartwell at the hospital," her brother told her. The surgical team delayed anesthesia to purchase time. The chief surgeon growling, "If that heart doesn't hold, we're finished." Back at Crestwood, a delivery driver attempted talking some sense into Vanessa. "Back up 10 FT, lady. They'll be gone in seconds," she snapped. "You don't live here. Move along your trash." The driver glared at the EMT. "Want me to smash her vehicle before anyone would act?" Red lights, flash of fire. Chief's vehicle zoomed up. The chief spotting, Vanessa groaned. "You again?" She smiled crookedly. "Chief, I'm just clarifying. Move the damn car or we tow you with it inside," he bellowed. Vanessa didn't blink. The chief waved the EMTs. "Take the sidewalk." The ambulance screeched, cracking the HOA's decorative walkway, veering past Vanessa's SUV. She let out a shriek. "That's HOA property." The audience booed. The ambulance radio crackled. "We're clear, 2 minutes to ER." The chief addressed Vanessa. "You delayed a transplant organ. You could have killed a child." She raised her chin. "I have HOA immunity to oversee emergency access. Not for obstructing federal medical transport," he retorted. "You're under arrest." As he handcuffed her, a resident's phone recorded it all. Vanessa struggling up, screaming about her lawyers suing the department. The video would blow up online, but time remained the enemy. At the hospital, Clara was. The ambulance screeched in. The cooler, dangerously warm, was rushed to the OR. The surgeon, silent, nodded and disappeared with it. Clara waited. The elephant's ear nearly rent in her hands. In the ambulance, the paramedic had grasped the cooler as the warning light blinked red, 5 minutes remaining for the heart's viability. At the hospital, the team was waiting monitors, glowing tools, shining Clara in the waiting area, gazed at doors, every passing nurse squeezing her chest. The taps of the clock were torment, each one. a thief who robbed Sophie of her opportunity. The surgeon walked with halted sedation to maintain Sophie's weak heart when a nurse called out, "They're here." The team broke into feeling. The paramedic entered cold in hand. The surgeon lifted the lid, gripping Temp's borderline, "We go now." The color of the heart retained. The solution had scarcely been lasting. Interns in the gallery gasped as a miracle balanced. At Crestwood, the atmosphere turned into a circus. Residents videoed Vanessa in the squad car yelling, "If they need organs so bad, they shouldn't live in my neighborhood." Another camera recorded it. The crowd yelled, "Resign!" Maya, still on the phone, found out the heart made it. "Too close," her brother said. Her father, Vikram, an HOA board member, showed up angry. Vanessa had bullied the board for years, but this was unacceptable. In the squad car, Vanessa ranted, "This is a misunderstanding. I control that lane." The officer dismissed her, closing the divider. The fire chief informed journalists that ambulance lost 12 minutes due to one car. "We had to smash a sidewalk to save a life." Asked if Vanessa had ever done this before, he nodded. First time, someone almost died. At the hospital, Sophie's surgery started. Clara sat whispering Sophie's name, her feelings numb. The viral video of Vanessa latte sipping Defiant spread hashtags like heartless HOA trend. Her attorney to her ditzy HOA fights came to the precinct covered in sweat. This was not about hedges. This was serious, with video 911 records and witnesses Vanessa unleashed. "They're making me out to be a villain. That child wouldn't have survived anyway." Her attorney sat appalled. Maya and Vikram organized neighbors, garnering 130 signatures for an emergency HOA meeting. Residents broke down their stories. Vanessa recruiting a vet for a wheelchair ramp, restricting holiday lights, obstructing a plumber in a sewage crisis. At 7 p.m., the clubhouse was crowded. Reporters outside Vanessa arrived late, sunglasses on, strutting like a martyr. Vikram opened public comments, then evidence, then a vote. Vanessa attempted to interrupt, but her lawyer intervened. Residents spoke. A mother whose son's seizure ambulance was delayed. An elder fined for a stroke ramp. A teen berated for a borrowed car. Maya presented a dossier, a $15,000 invoice to Vanessa's cousin's unlicensed firm, emails threatening board members, audio of Vanessa sneering sick people should move somewhere else. A video captured her redirecting a delivery from a disabled resident's house. The room gasped. The vote was unanimous. Suspend Vanessa, freeze her expenditures, audit the books. She erupted, "I made this place beautiful. You'll ruin it." A resident shouted, "We'll take chaos over you." Applause thundered. Vanessa stormed out, pushing past cameras, served a civil summons by a deputy. That night, Maya and Vikram toasted with lemonade. "You transformed this place," he said. Mia nodded. "I just want Sophie to be all right in jail. Vanessa now, inmate 55732. A sat bare of her coat, her empire lost. Her cellmate, a rough tax evader, laughed at her grievances about jail sheets. "You almost killed a child." "Shut up." Vanessa wrote a book title, The HOA Empress, betrayed on a napkin thrown out by a guard at the hospital. Sophie's heart seized. Clara collapsed, whispering, "Thank you." The EMTs came by, one crying up, "She's stronger than us," he told Sophie, carrying a sign reading, "Thank you for my heart," ignited donations and messages across the country. Crestwood was transformed. The fire lane is now Ambulance Alley, got paint in bold red, and a mural, a heart with wings labeled "Every Second Counts." Sophie's handprint signed it. Vikram's board revealed $70,000 in Vanessa's phony invoices that led to a lawsuit. A Vanessa clause prohibited emergency blockers from HOA positions. At trial, Vanessa's defense misunderstanding protocol collapsed before video and Clara's testimony. Guilty of obstruction and endangerment, she received 2 years in hospital service. The judge, remembering Vanessa's gnome fines, said, "Humility's overdue." Sophie returned from hospital paper hearts and chalk messages. At a barbecue, she sported a fire chief badge, smiling beneath a plastic helmet. The mural shone a symbol of unity. Vanessa, sweeping hospital halls, saw Sophie wave. She slipped on her bucket, crashing as nurses giggled. Her pride hit harder than the floor, crushing crest would flourish, open lanes, open hearts, a reborn community. Sophie's heartbeat, strong and steady, was the victory no one could take.